What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Planet Creative Podcast. Today we have Erik with us. He's a local entrepreneur in the area, and he owns a supplement store called Foundation RX. I'll let him explain to you a little bit about what he does.
What's going on, guys? I'm Erik. Like he said, I'm a local entrepreneur. I own a supplement store called Foundation RX. It was 2 years in June, so it's a little bit over 2 years now. Basically, I'm like a wholesale store. I sell vitamins, sports supplements, healthy meal prep, a bunch of, other stuff too. We have apparel. We just started carrying some, another local guy. His company's called Strongwear. We're selling his clothes at the store now as well. But yeah, any questions about that, you could always, you'll probably shout me out at the Instagram, probably linked in this as well.
Yeah, so, when did you get into the fitness industry? When did you start working out? Did it start from sports or?
So, yeah, basically started from sports in high school. I'm 27 now. So, like, when I was a freshman and sophomore, we used to do something called BFS for football. So, I played football in high school, and it was like the basic workouts, like, the deadlifts, the power clean, the bench, the squat, So, I didn't really take it serious until, like, about when I was 20 going to 21. I met this kid who introduced me to this whole like supplement world. Basically, his name is Luis. He was working at a supplement store back home in Carmel, New York, called Doc's Nutrition, and he kind of just took me under his wing. We met each other at our local gym, and one day he just approached me and was like, "Yo, like, do you want to do? What are you hitting today?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm hitting legs." He's like, "Oh, so am I. Like, do you want to do them?" I'm like, "Yeah," and that was my first time actually, like, he was correcting all my form, everything, like, from the jump. And then from there, at the end of the workout, he was like, "Hey, listen, like, do you want to do this?" And I'm like, "Do what?" And he's like, "Do you want to work out together, like, train together?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's do this." So from there, like, we started training together. Like, our schedules wouldn't line up, but we'd, like, figure out a day and plan, like, a time where, like, it would line up, and we'd work out together. Either it was late at night, early in the morning. And then at this point, he told me he works at the, supplement store, and he brought me in and got me like my whole first stack, like from pre-workout, from protein to creatine to multivitamin, all that. And then I met the owner of that store, like, not right away, and later on. And then basically I started taking like working out seriously when I was 20 to going on to 21. I remember it was like a few months before I was turning 21. So now I'm 27. So I've been taking it serious for now close to 6 years. So it's been,
So do you have, besides from, owning a supplement store, do you have any aspirations of like one day competing on a stage, or are you more so just like doing it to stay in shape, look good kind of thing?
So from there on forward, he kind of like brought me into like bodybuilding 100%, like all the type of workouts, heavy lifting, from me, like, never really thinking I could deadlift more than like 2 or 3 plates. He got me to deadlifting like four plates, squatting like 3 plates and more and change. I benched 3 plates. At that point, like, I was getting more into that world. So then I did think in my mind, like, I was like, yeah, I definitely want to step on stage one day, like 100%. And then I got into the whole supplement industry, and then before opening up a store, I was like really thinking about it, and then I remember when I did open up a store, not right away, but when I hired my coach, which is a guy who I met through my store, his name is Drew. That's when I was like, really, I was like, you know what, I want to do a show like within the next year or two. But then I wanted to focus on growing my store first, and basically, like, I kind of like sidetracked that. But it's definitely a goal of mine in the future. But I can't tell you this year coming up, next year, but definitely like in the near future, I would like to like step on stage once in my life. 100%.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So what was like, you said you played football and you did like all those lifts that like every athlete knows, like the power clean, squats, all that. What was different though when you transitioned to like bodybuilding and even after sports? That was like changed up your workouts a bit.
I remember like the main difference, like from going from football workouts at like, I didn't like one for the jump. Like, I didn't really take it serious, so I kind of like went there because we needed to go as a football. It was kind of like mandatory.
I feel like that's every high school kid. Like, sports teams with lifting, it's just you're chilling with the boys.
There was only like selected few in like in the high school, like maybe the team captain who would like take it serious. but I would just go because we had to go as a team,
Right.
and then I would like wait till like the lifts were like finally over or whatever. So I remember like I think like form wasn't the best 100%. So then when I transitioned from like to doing that for so long to finally taking it serious, I remember like the guy Luis would correct everything, like from like making sure like even if I wasn't in the beginning like lifting that heavy when I thought I could lift that heavy, but he was like, no, like you gotta go less weight, bro. Like you're not doing it right. So then I would start from like kind of from the beginning and then build up, you know. So, but I definitely like bodybuilding type of workouts a lot better than we used to do for like football. 100%.
Yeah.
I do miss like the conditioning part because that obviously built my endurance and all that stuff. Because right now I'm just doing for cardio. I would just do like the treadmill for 20 minutes or the stairmaster for 20 minutes. That's like 3 or 4 times a week. So it's nothing crazy, but yeah, I'd like to get back into that maybe too. Like build my endurance, maybe do some conditioning from running. Who knows?
A little more of like an athletic style workout.
Exactly.
I feel that. No, I get to the point where I'm like, I could trim a little fat off me, but I'm like, I'm not running. I'm not doing it. Like the most I've ever done for cardio at this point since playing sports is I crank up the treadmill to like 15 incline and walk at like 2.5, 3 speed.
I know. And it's like a love or hate relationship for cardio because when I do it in Stairmaster and treadmill, definitely the Stairmaster more. I'll definitely wear a hoodie and then I'll give it all I got and like I'll be drenched, but like after I'm done, like I feel like I'm lighter than I was the night before. Even if I go out like either eating like somewhere, and so like I definitely like the cardio part because I didn't really get into the cardio part with the bodybuilding until meeting this guy Drew, my coach, which was like a little over a year ago. No, yeah, like a year ago. Yeah, so like it's just crazy, everything that's been how I transitioned from being in high school to after high school to like now. And that's one thing I did, like I didn't say it, but like I definitely didn't finish college. I went to like 2 years of community college, 1 year of a city college and in the city, and then I just didn't because I was working at the time full time. I never got to finish school because I needed money, so like I was just doing full time work and then part time school, and some of my classes were online, and I would just like not take it serious, and then end up being like the opportunity came out of nowhere for like this,
But that just goes to show you that like you can still find success in something you're passionate about
100%.
without a degree.
I mean,
which is
100%.
something I feel like people don't talk about enough now.
Yeah, 100%. Like in the beginning, like when I was going to college, I didn't know what I wanted to do yet. Like I kind of like was with every basic 18-year-old. Like I'm going to college, taking the basic core classes, whatever, and then I was good in math and science, so I was like, all right, let me pursue something in that career, So then I like, then I was like, let me do like civil engineering. I did all my research saying like I'm good in that, type of field, good money in that long run. But then like it came to where like I fell in love with like the fitness industry. Like I just fell in love with it. I felt like how my body changed, and then getting to the supplement world, working at a supplement store, owning a supplement store. I loved like helping people in that way as well. Yeah. So
helping them like change themselves.
Exactly. Like telling them like I'm not trying to like, and like I'm not trying to like sell them BS. I'm trying to like sell them what they would, I want them to come back basically. I want them to come back and be like, listen, like you're right, like I love this product, like it worked, blah blah blah, and like stuff like that. That makes me feel better.
You're not just trying to make a sale. You're like, this is what's gonna help you.
And that makes me feel good, especially like knowing customer service for me is major key for any like from like either owning a business, going to a place to eat, something like that. I feel like that's like big, like that helped me build my store from the beginning because like I felt like my customer service was really good, and then obviously like meeting the right people and around this area because like I didn't know anyone around this area, so like just meeting the right people, because the first year was tough, don't get me wrong, like opening a business, you don't know what to expect. So but then in the long run, like it just one day I remember like it started hitting off, and then like it was consecutive and it just kept going, and then I was like, shit, like this is awesome. And then from there, like till this day, like it's been over 2 years now, so like till this day I still get new customers. Like today, this morning, I had 3 new people that came into the store. They saw about it because of my Black Friday event. They heard about it, the recap video that they saw, whatever, and they never been to the store, and they came in today. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm still getting new customers.
Yeah, that is one thing I noticed about your store is like, I hang out there all the time with you guys, but like when I when I'm there and I see customers come in, like they know you by name, they know
Yeah.
Conforto by name,
Yeah.
they know even like somebody who just started working there, like Joe, like they know Joe by name,
Yeah.
and like they all talk to you guys, they all act
Exactly.
like it's almost like a giant family.
Exactly.
Almost. Like,
so that's one thing I like about my store too, because I tell people all the time, like, yeah, like people have said like, oh, Eric's store is kind of like a hangout, but at the same time, like I want people to come to my store and feel comfortable, like by maybe like stopping by, grabbing a meal. I have a microwave in the back. Oh, do you want me to heat it up for you? Do you want to? And then say, yeah, heat it up, eat their food there. But I want them to like feel like, and then like I like a bunch of time people would come to my store and bullshit with me. If they're having a problem like at home or like relationship or something, they just come there because they like to talk it out, like vent it out. And like I feel like I love that, like just knowing that makes me feel good too. Like just like people, like I knowing people feel comfortable there, they're just going there. Like when I was leaving there today, like I had Joe and one of Connor's boy Kibble, they were like getting ready to play Xbox, but like fuck it, like it's during the week, especially there's time around like holidays, it's gonna be slow during the week because everyone's either at the mall online shopping, or like especially with COVID happening right now too, people, not a lot of people are coming out anyways. So I was like, fuck it, just let them play, whatever. But I explained them the rules though. Like if someone comes in the store, like make sure you fucking pause the game and make sure you greet them, not fucking
just
keep
ignore
playing.
them.
Not just keep playing. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, like like I feel like everyone at the store like feels like at home, at comfortable, and they like being there. Like, oh, let's make a quick stop at the foundation, or actually, let's see who's there, who's working. If it's me, Connor, or Joe, like whatever.
Oh
It's
yeah,
cool.
there's been times where I've like just been in the area and I'll just stop in.
Pull
Like
up.
I don't even buy anything. I
Yeah,
just stop in
exactly.
and I'm like, "What's good, bro? Like, what
Exactly.
have you been up to?" Or
Exactly.
like, "Yo, Conforto, what are you doing?" Like,
Exactly.
Like it's just I don't know. It's cool to see because like obviously it's your business, but it's not like any other business I've ever walked into. Because it really is like everybody who goes in there is like, even to me, like I see people who know Conforto or you and they're talking to you, but then they look at me and they start talking to me like I've known them for years. And it's just something cool to see. It's like this tight knit community around your store that you're not going to find at like a GNC or a Vitamin Shoppe or like one of those places.
And that's like another thing we get to, like probably like the difference between like the foundation RX from a Vitamin Shoppe at GNC is like obviously it's like brick and mortar, like family owned. Me owning a store, it's not corporate. So like people who work at these corporate stores, they like make commission off whatever they sell. It has to be like that product GNC, so they're gonna push the brand and make try to make more money. So like me, it's like no, I'm gonna like if you come in here, we'll explain to you, like we'll ask you like what are you looking for, what are your goals, blah blah, and then we'll sometimes we'll like if you don't want if customers don't want to buy it at the moment, we have samples, so we'll give them a sample. Listen, like here's a sample, try it first. If you like it, we have it, come back, whatever. If you don't like it, if it's too strong or like it doesn't work at all, we have something else. You know what I'm saying? So that's cool. So like and like I mean that's just, like I said, going back to customer service, I feel like having that and people feeling like like I'm not just wasting my money for nothing. Like I'm actually spending that money, seeing results. Like that's better, than like going to like a GNC Vitamin Shoppe.
So like we're right by the Danbury Mall. There's a GNC in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Up in Brookfield by your store, there's another GNC. There's a Vitamin Shoppe. Like, what were things that you did from the jump to kind of get ahead of those stores or pull customers from them?
Yeah, so before I opened my store, so it's been like over 2 years. The store I was working before was called Doc's Nutrition. So like that store already had like healthy meal prep service. So like going to my store, I know for a fact that GNC and like Vitamins didn't have like the healthy meal prep service. So like from there, like I knew I had that advantage. So like when I did open my store, I was like, we offer meal prep, blah, blah. It didn't hit off right away, obviously, because like opening up a store, new location, like I don't know what to expect, but it took time. But then once it did start hitting off and people started seeing like we offer, like Foundation RX has meal prep, like Vitamin Shoppe GNC doesn't, and then people started coming. I have customers that just come for the meals, like and that's fine for me because they're coming for something, which is better than nothing,
And it also gets people in your store.
I have like don't get me wrong, like I have now. Well, this kid Joel and like the kid Jack used to work at GNC. Now they don't, so now they're shopping at the store. And I also like I know a couple guys that worked at Vitamin Shoppe in Brookfield who come to the store for not for everything. I think they come for like certain things, like definitely the meals, obviously, and either if I have like a high thermogenic fat burner, or if I have like the cream of rice, the rice and grinds, they don't have that, and people love that right now. So that's really big right now. So I have customers coming in for that. But I just think like, especially like now with like the Corona COVID going on, I feel like it's very important to support local small businesses than like going to like a GNC, like, you know, vitamin shop type of thing. Definitely, especially like with, you know, with everything going on.
Like
So
even like I know like marketing wise though, you did a lot of things
yeah,
that definitely separated you. Like I remember before I even knew you, before I ever went to the shop, I'd just see you walking around the edge, like just like
Yeah.
walking up to people and being like, "Yo, you want a T-shirt?" And just like
Basically.
handing people T-shirts,
So
and I'd be like, "Who the hell? Who is this dude just handing out
so
T-shirts?"
in the beginning, like I was taught first, like basically to like when like week or 2 weeks prior to opening the store, to flyer cars. So like I was like, you know what, like one, I hated doing it because I feel like a lot of people either hate seeing, I hate, even I hated seeing a flyer in my car. Like I would take it, look at it, if it wasn't that like intriguing or whatever, I'd just like toss it. But my business partner at the time would always like, that was like that was him, like he was old school, so he was like, no, it'll work, you know, like even that one out of 50, 60 customers, one of them are going to come to the store. So we did that in the beginning a lot, but then like I started noticing like not a lot of traffic going from there. But I remember we had clothes, so each customer that would come to the store that I knew that either, I'm not saying creeping, but like through social media, like if you go to Instagram, the location edge, you see people who post the location, you can like see who works out there. So that's what I did. So I would like do that through Instagram, see the location of the edge, and like see who would work out there. I would check their followers if they have like a lot of followers. I would like their picture. I wouldn't get a follow all the time, but like I would get followers. And then from there, if I knew the customer coming in, workouts at the edge, I was like, you know what? Here's a shirt. It's a big gym. It's a well-known gym. Free advertisement. You know, just like toss it. They'll wear it. It's a sick design. People love it. So I remember like doing that in the beginning was a major key because people used to just be like, I see your shirt everywhere. Like you're everywhere. Like I'm like, yeah, you know.
Now the masks, I see the masks
Even the
everywhere
masks now.
now.
So like,
Even
but
grocery stores.
that helped me out a lot. And then I met obviously like, you know, obviously social media is like that's major key for me, and it's free obviously. So I met my first photographer was Shane, and I met him through my, at the time I was going to Dave's barbershop, and my barber used Shane for a video, and I asked him, I was like, yo, like who did your video? Like I like to get into that like field, whatever. And he's like, yo, he's a young kid, he's super cheap, like you probably, you know, just hit him up. And then from there, I hit him up, we met, we talked in person. Shane obviously wasn't into like the whole working out field, but like he'd love to like, you know, try. And then from there we just hit it off. From workout videos like not being so good in the beginning to like where to building to being like, wow, like this kid's fucking good. People loved it. People used to just wait for our next drop, like next video drop. It was crazy, you know.
Yeah,
like,
that is something I really noticed because like a lot of times you see like, you know, if you're gonna see somebody post a workout video, it's like an influencer or a gym, and they post a workout video, but like you never see a supplement store post a video of them working out, or even like another cool thing you did was like you had athletes.
Oh yeah,
so like that was like a way of like micro influencer marketing that like other places weren't doing.
Exactly. So that's another thing. Like, I don't know. I remember it's because it's been in the first year. Like, I was doing anything I could like basically do. I would give like free, even like I was giving free clothes, but there were certain people that come to the store, and I would just like toss them free product because I knew that I knew them for Instagram. So if I knew they had a good following, I was like, yo, like, and I was being super nice. I was like, yo, like, here's a free product, and I know they'll come back, or I know they'll mention it the store to someone else, and at that point, I remember thinking like, you know what, like I should get athletes to, you know, represent the store. So at the beginning, I just kind of like fucking got whoever I thought like was either good looking and like had a good following and whatever. So like I just got like a bunch of athletes, and it was good in the beginning, but then like my business started like taking off kind of. So I was like, you know, I have to be more serious about my athletes. So I threw up a contract, and then I sent it to all my athletes. Out of all of them, I remember like 2 or 3 of them were like didn't agree to it. So I was like, all right, like so we parted ways. You know, it happens. So now, but the ones that I have now, so now during COVID, I took a hit. So basically, like I told all my athletes, listen, like for right now, there's no monthly allowance. Videos are gonna be tough because a lot of, you know, them whole mask things, whatever. I was like, we're gonna take a break, and once everything blows over, we'll get back to it. So like now it's been my like I haven't been really focusing on my athletes right now. I've been focusing more like just the store itself, like just making sure like, you know, bills are being paid, you know, like product and the shelf, like all that stuff like that. But like having the athletes promoting the store in the beginning was definitely another major plus in the beginning, like just to build it up. Having that contact with the videographer as well. Shane doing fucking photo shoots, video shoots, all that. And I remember it's just like people used to love it. And I mean, don't get me wrong, till this day, I have people hit me up through IG and like, hey, listen, what does it take to be an athlete? And like, honestly, I'm not picky or anything, but it's just like, if you meet the criteria, like, with the whole following and like if I see you have the potential to like make my business grow and I could help you grow as well, then, we'll go for it. But right now I'm not even looking for anyone because of COVID, right. Like my athlete right now, I'm happy with where I'm at right now. Like, like with just in general, like with people who are involved, who people who are beside me and like, supporting me. And it's fine, But yeah, definitely, I definitely think the whole Instagram thing helped me build my business a lot because I like would post all the time. Like every day I was posting something, would it have been a product, either a picture of my, one of my athletes, video, like reviews. So like I just kind of, yeah. So like just doing that, like people just like, don't get me wrong, there's people out there who hate it, but they're like, another fucking post from Foundation. Like, I get it, but that helped me build my business. And then I feel like another thing that helped me recently too was like with that kid from Joel from Strongwear, which is like having him with his team. He's a good like 8 to 10 athletes. I told them like, I think it'd be cool if you guys had a storefront. Like you guys only sell online. So basically we put him into my store and now he has a whole wall of his clothes. And all I asked was like for him to have his athletes shop at the store. If it's just a pre-workout, protein, doesn't have to be everything, but I'd love them to, show support because like I'm giving the kid a storefront without charging him anything. I just want him, supporting him while he supports me. And then I know some of his athletes as well. Well, now that I know them, they're like cool. They're fucking mad chill. They're all fucking cool. They're all into this fitness world, like, which is awesome. And I think like meeting them, meeting Joel, like he's another young entrepreneur. He's 20. He's gonna be 21. Helping him, giving him advice about certain things. There's always gonna be bad business moves. I told him that. I was like, it happened to me a shit ton of times, but it happens, and that's when you learn and you grow.
Exactly.
So
yeah,
like,
you need those learning moments.
Exactly. Like, till this day, like I'm gonna fuck up. Whether it's like either over ordering or like shit, I shouldn't have ordered this product because fucking it's been sitting on the shelf for like fucking 6 months. You know what I'm saying? It happens. But like that's why I like being like I like having my own business. I like having my own store. It makes me feel good. Don't get me wrong. I do get stressed when like like yesterday I had a really shitty day at the store. But like listen, like I think about it for like a little bit, and then I just brush it over because I know, like I said, I know this time of year, it's slow season for us up until like New Year, like by January it starts hitting off because everyone wants to like get back in the shape and stuff. So like this month is kind of called the slow season for us, but we just had a successful Black Friday event. I blew last year's number away by a lot. I mean, it was unexpected just because of COVID, so I didn't know what to expect, but it was a good turnout. Even like not just Friday, like Saturday was pretty decent, but even Sunday, like for some reason Sunday we did really good, and I was like, oh shit, this is awesome.
Yeah.
So now that we like this whole Black Friday event's over, I can afford having a couple bad days this week because we had such a good fucking weekend.
With those bad days though, like what keeps you motivated?
So
what keeps
basically,
you
like from the beginning, if I know I'm having like today's been decent so far, so like but like I have certain orders come in every Thursday, so I held back on those orders this week just because like one, rent's like the first week of the month, so like rent's due, all my bills are kind of due this month, so like I kind of smart with my money. I don't really do any ordering product wise this week, especially like I see the store now, I'm like shit, it's still pretty stocked up like for Black Friday being a good hit. I'm like, nah, we don't need any ordering, so like I didn't do any orders this week, and I just like I just sell what I have, but I have so much to offer, so like I could just sell someone if they're looking for this certain product. I'm like, no, listen, like I don't have it at this moment, but I could definitely recommend you something as similar or even better. So like I have that option all the time. But the one thing that did hurt me this week was that I ran out of meals Monday, like midday, and I don't get my next delivery till Thursday. So that's kind of like being part of this business. I should order more food. But also it's a good thing that I ran out, all of them sold, don't get me wrong, but I have people coming in like Monday afternoon, yesterday, today, like looking for the food, and I'm like, my next delivery isn't until Thursday, just because that's how the deliveries work with the meal prep company. I wish I could get it earlier if I could, but nah, it's like either Thursdays or Sundays, and I get it both days. So,
but like, what, when you have those off days, or like when you're saying with the meals, you wish you ordered more, like, what keeps you motivated? Is it like, oh, this is, so, I learned from this, or so like is it your mindset?
It's more of a definitely a mindset, because like I'm a type of person, man. Like I'm like kind of like stress free living, man. Like I don't really like. I'll stress about it probably for like a little bit, not as much. Like, and I'll just know there'll be a like at the end of the day, or either it's today or tomorrow, there's gonna be that good day to make up for the bad days. Always think about that. Like there's gonna be that one day this week where like I just fucking had either if it's 2 days or just one big day, like I'm like, all right, fuck it, that made up for like the rest of the the 2 to 3 bad days that we had, But no, I really didn't like. There's some. I mean, obviously, like I know other business owners that have supplement stores. Like they get stressed out about it too. But we talk about it. We know COVID's still here. We know people aren't like me running out buying a fucking protein, whatever. But that's what's cool about like social media and like people supporting the business, people who know about it, and like just like continue showing support, which I love, which is great, because who knows now, bro? Like the gyms might shut down like tomorrow or like next week, and like, but at the end of the day, like I just feel like I don't want to think about that right now, because I just day by day, basically. Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, and
that's
then
a good way to look at it.
Yeah, and like I mean, I've been through so much that like I just know how to handle certain situations now, and then like I hate being like dealing with this stress, because the only recently I was stressed was prior to Black Friday, when I was ordering a bunch of shit for the store, and like that week I think I had like 2 or 3 bad days, so I was stressing about like, oh my god, like I just ordered so much shit, like and then I was wondering like, yo, what if Black Friday sucks? Like we don't even have a good fucking Black Friday. But then like, you know what, I was like the day before Black Friday, I remember I had like 2 or 3 people were hitting me up, listen, like, Eric, I'm gonna be there at 8:00 in the morning as soon as you guys open. So then that morning, I showed up at 7:15. I had cars pulling up at like 7:30, and by like 8:00, I was already at fucking like $2,000. But like within a half hour, you know what I'm saying? Like with all these sales, that was just fucking. So I was like, all right, this is gonna be a good day. So then, yeah, it just fucking it was a great weekend. It was a great weekend. So I can't complain about that.
Yeah, and something I think, and I know I've said this to you before when I've been at the store, that I think is really cool, that I truly think has come from you and your store, is like the kind of like the tight-knit community that has come about within the Danbury area of athletes and of people who work out, that like, because I've been living in Danbury for 4 years now, and I've never seen that before, whereas now it's like, it seems like there's this community of lifters, and I didn't notice it until I feel like Foundation came about. Can you like speak to that at all? Is there
so
something
like,
you noticed?
I noticed more like, so when I first began with the athletes, like when we would do like our video shoots, I remember it was hard to get myself and the athletes all together at once, but when we did, it was so fun, because like we're all of us together. Some people didn't know each other, but like everyone got to know each other. Everyone loves working out, everyone loves fucking squatting, everyone, all that shit. So I remember like it was such a good time. And then from there, like like especially I'm like I'm very like talkative, and like I want people feeling comfortable, so like I make sure everyone's comfortable. And then now recently, like I've been trying to like work out, besides with my girl, I've been trying to work out with people who like are into like working out. I've been working out with random people recently, like people from the Strongwear company, who else are I working out? Oh, like just
You've
like
been doing CrossFit too, right?
Oh yeah, so then the CrossFit, and then like, and that's one community, like CrossFit community. I definitely want to get more involved with them. It's just hard because like, one, I'm a business owner, so I'm always at the store. My free time, like my free time, I don't want to be like doing anything besides either stuff for the store or stuff for myself. So like, but I definitely want to get more involved, because we have CrossFit, we have CrossFitters know like we have all the supplements they need. It's just that like, I want them, like, I know, because I'm always there. I don't have that many customers from these CrossFit gyms around here. Like I have a handful of them, but I want to get more of them involved. So I'm trying to get more involved with the CrossFit in Danbury over here in Mill Plain, which I think is looking, pretty good right now. It's just I have to go there more and just show face and like talk to the owners, and like I want to join there too, because I would love, like we were talking there earlier about the endurance. Like I feel like if I do CrossFit like once or twice a week, my endurance will like build back up where it used to be like when I was like, in high school, whatever. But
for sure,
because like, and yeah, I definitely want to get more of that 100%. Another thing I'd like is that changed since getting more involved with the bodybuilding is like my partying and my drinking is like that slowed way down because when I was my 20, like even like, like out of high school, I had a fake ID. So I was partying all the fucking time. But then once I transitioned to taking, bodybuilding more serious from like that 21, I did live my 21, don't get me wrong, but I would rather just like train, bro. Like it just took over. So nowadays, I'm not saying I don't have fun, but I still do. But I don't probably like, I would say like once a month, if that like I would go out, drink. But I haven't drank since kind of like, I think like the end of September, like in the beginning of October was my last drink. I just wanted to take a break for a little bit.
More power
like
to
there's
you.
no
I'm
specific reason.
Drinking right now.
Yeah, right? Like there's no specific reason, but like I kind of just wanted to take a break from it, and like, because like the girl I'm with now, she doesn't like partying or drinking, so like it's not because of her, but I'm saying like she drives me to like not drinking, not party, just take like wake up for that Sunday morning because we always hit legs on Sunday. I was like, all right, we have to be fucking ready to go, hit legs on Sunday, So like
no drinking,
knowing
Saturday,
that,
no
and like, and she's
Saturday.
into the whole she's into the whole fitness thing. She's into the fasted cardio in the morning. She's into the meal prep, which makes my life so much easier too. Just knowing to having someone there like that can weigh my food for me, make my breakfast, make my meal, and like just fucking pack it up and me go to work.
You guys like support each other.
Exactly. It's just it's very easy, and like her mindset is like similar to mine into the with the working out and fitness type, but like the whole like owning a business she doesn't know much of, but when it comes to like working out and the fitness whatever, she definitely has the same mindset as me, so which is cool. And she competes too. Like she's hiring a new coach. She already hired a new coach. She's actually waiting for him to send her like her whole like what she's gonna be eating, vitamins and all that. So then she should be starting probably by the end of this week or early next week, which is something new for her because she had a coach before, but now this is a new coach, and she definitely wants to compete next year. So which is cool because seeing her go through it and like supporting her, like she's gonna be representing Foundation RX, which is pretty cool as well. Knowing I have one of my athletes, who competes, which is cool.
Is that something you want to get more into? Is like actually having like I don't even know if that's a thing.
Yeah,
but like a team on like the
so
pro
I would
circuit?
love to have somewhere. I was thinking about this the other day actually. I was like, I would love to have like obviously the people who compete. I would love to have like athletes who represent. I would love to have athletes who just work out, but they're so into like the fitness area. I would love to have a CrossFitter who like I don't know if he competes or not, but like I would love to have because I don't have that yet. I don't have an athlete who's into CrossFit because I want to like have something of like different, Either it can be a basketball player. Like I have a football player that from WestCon. He's Vinny. He's he's a football player.
Absolutely tanked.
You know what I'm saying? Like yeah. So like I want to have different athletes who, like either from it doesn't have to be from this area. It could be from like I don't know somewhere else in Connecticut. But like I definitely want to do that. And another thing I definitely want to get more involved is like, building a website is something I definitely want to do. It's just like, I was so focused on my recent events with the Black Friday and COVID, just like, I didn't want to spend that money yet, but it's definitely something I want to do 100%. Cause like a lot of people ask all the time, like, do you guys have a website? Do you guys have a website? And I'm like, no, we don't. We just have like Instagram. So just hit me up through Instagram and I can just like, but it's dumb because a lot of people just rather online shop.
That opens it up to even like sending stuff to people on the other side of the country.
Who knows? Exactly. So like that's like a dumb, like that definitely is something I definitely want to do 100%, like definitely. And a lot of people always, like I said, all the time ask like, do you guys have a website? And I'm just like, no, we don't have a website, but I definitely want to do that. And it's cool because like even with our the clothes that I always give away, or I do sell the clothes now, but in the beginning I was giving them. But our graphic designer that we have is like he does a really good job designing these t-shirts. Like once a month I get a new design. It's my choice if I want to print it or not, which is pretty cool. So I love doing that too because everyone loves the clothes. So because it's pretty cool.
Yeah, every time I'm in the gym I see somebody in a Foundation shirt.
That's
mask,
like one thing.
I'm wearing a Foundation
that's like
shirt.
another, like going back to like, that's when I like finally realized I remember going to the Edge and like I saw like fucking like 5 or 6 people wearing my t-shirts, and like one, I don't even remember them, or like, but just, or I knew them. But that's when I was like, I'm not being trying to be cocky or anything, but that's when I was like, damn, yo, like I actually like I made it, man. Like this is like seeing my clothes in this gym like everywhere. It was sick. It was such a good feeling, and like knowing that, and then my another event where I was like it was like shit. This is I actually did something here. Was my 1 year anniversary. Is like I remember that I remember blacking out, meaning like I was doing so much at once, like talking to people, greeting people, ringing people out, like telling people what to do, whatever. That like that event was my first event ever, and that was like it was crazy. There were so many people that came out, and that's another day. That's another moment that I had was like shit, dude. Like I actually did something here, and I had like at the time my business partner would text me later that night. He's like, Eric, like so proud of you, like what you did, like this is all you, man. Like he gave me all the credit in the world, which is awesome. But like yeah, that was another day where I was just like, oh shit, this is like actually I did something here, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. So, but I never gave up because like I said, don't get me wrong, brother. The beginning there would be days where like no one came into the store. So like $0 days.
Really?
Zero. So like and like don't get me wrong, opening so we knew like this would happen. Well, I didn't know because I didn't own a business, but like we like had money in business. Yeah, we had money in the account just for like, like if it had a slow month, whatever. But yeah, going from like working there, like either having one sale for like $5, maybe like a bang in a fucking Quest bar, to $0 to like now we're like, oh shit, like where we're at now is like insane, which is cool. So like, and there's much more I want to do in the long run. I definitely want to do like there's a couple of stores that are Foundation RX that has smoothie bars. That's something I definitely want to do, but that I took a pause on that project because of COVID. So like all the money that I saved up for that was used to like fund the store with inventory, with billing, because we had slow months in the beginning. Don't get me wrong. So like, but it's fine because it's gonna happen. Like like once this all blows over, which it will. Like I definitely want to do the smoothie bar because there's obviously people don't know this. Whoever doesn't know the store, like we have so much room in the back. That wall that separates the store. I want to knock that wall down and just fucking make it to the smooth, like a cafe type of thing,
right?
Because like I said, people come to the store, heat up their food, and like just stand and eat. I would love for people to come in come in there, heat up the food, sit down.
That'd be dope.
That'd be better. Make them feel comfortable. Like have Xbox in the back instead of in front of the store. Have the Xbox in the back. You know? But yeah. So like, but yeah, it's just crazy how much it's like has happened. Like store.
Did you expect it to be
like honestly, like no, like a lot of people like told me like Eric, because my first 6 months of owning a business, I got a side job as a sales rep for a supplement company. So when I was going to like on the road, like visiting these stores all around the Northeast, like they'd be like, Eric, like you just to let you know, like don't expect any profit within the first like couple years. Like, but dude, like not for nothing, like I hustled, I bust my ass. We started making profit on the store after like probably like 10, 11 months. So like within the year, we started making money. Like even if it was like $200 each, it was still money that we're profiting. And then from there, it just grew. Like we have now, I think we're a little over 2 years. Like we all made our money back. We all been profiting from the store ever since then. So like it's crazy. So, but I definitely, another goal of mine too is just I definitely want to open up another store.
I was gonna ask you that.
I definitely want to do one more store because like I feel like knowing myself, I can't have fucking 3, 4, fucking 5 stores. I could definitely handle knowing me. I could definitely handle 2. So like, and the hardest part is just finding an employee to work for you that you could trust, run the store, because that's what's hard nowadays is like finding someone to work for you, because it's your store. So they're like, if a customer comes in and we're just working, I'm not saying it happens all the time, but I'm saying like you're gonna give them more. You're gonna care about the customer more because it's your store. So you want to get like whatever the customer. If they just come in and like see something they don't want anything, and they just walk out, they're not gonna care because like I said, it's not their store.
Yeah.
So, but I definitely want to do one more store. I mean, obviously, like I don't know where yet. I definitely mentioned Stanford before, but it's definitely I might do something else like I don't know where, but
take it to Poughkeepsie
or something, like somewhere else. So, but I definitely want to do one more store, definitely one more. And like I said, I'm not saying next year but I definitely want to do one more within the next. Let's say if we had to put a goal within the next 5 years, I definitely want to do one more store. And then like I thought about like even before like when my first like started hitting it off, I thought about like opening up my own gym, but then I was like, you know what, like nah, I'm good at this. So because like probably owning a gym is probably totally different. I don't fucking know.
That'd be cool to like a foundation gym,
yeah,
like Foundation RX gym.
That'd be sick. You're right. But like I'm good at this. Like I have the formula down, like how to like open up a business, how to make it grow from from beginning to fucking now. So like I definitely know how to do this. So I definitely want to do one more store, and that's really it, bro. Honestly.
So really obviously being an entrepreneur, that's creative no matter what business you're in, because you got to do marketing, sales, anything. It's creative. But I feel like even nowadays with how big lifting has become, even at a younger age due to social media, people still view a lot of like people who are super into lifting as just like some meathead. But like I personally see people who are competing bodybuilding or even athletes, I see them as creatives, right? Yes. So I wanted to get your opinion on that as well. Like, do you see these bodybuilders and these athletes as creatives as well? Because you have like dudes like Kai Green who are out there standing in the subways in New York City just like flexing and posing to music, and like they're like sculpting their bodies in a sense.
So I think honestly, I do think they're creative in some way. Like some people who do compete, don't get me wrong, like they're just doing it for like either clout or they're just doing it just to do it. But some people who actually take it seriously and do it the right way and like are 100% committed, like I definitely see them. I mean, some of them are like, they're into like YouTubing. They're very into their social media. They're influencers. Who knows? They're sponsored by a clothing company or something. But I think everything's like kind of like different in certain ways, where like a bodybuilder can think this way, or a CrossFitter competitor can think this way, or just a regular fitness person who's really into fitness, who just like loves working out, who inspires people to like work out better themselves. Everyone just thinks differently on like that aspect. But I think everyone at the end of the day, the best way like to make themselves grow is just keep like like I think like Instagram or whatever is free social media wise, just keep doing that, because one, like I said, it's free, but like people will recognize you eventually if you do it the right way. Like obviously social media has a lot of things with like the whole hashtag things, whatever, but
you still got to make good content.
You got to make exactly.
You can use all the best hashtags, but if your content shit,
you're right. 100% right. That's what I'm saying. So like I'm, like just recently I invested in a fucking $2,000 camera for the store, because I want to take now like professional product shots pictures, for the picture, for my social media. So now like these pictures look fucking sick. I'm not like there yet. I literally just got it like 2 weeks ago, but I want to get more into that, where I could bring that to the gym and like take pictures of my girl, or have her like show her like just take pictures of me, because like I said, it's a good investment, because all those pictures are going to be used for like my social media, which will help like me grow even more now that like it's growing. Because right now, like within the 2 years, I think we're up to like 3,200 followers for my business account. Like, I mean, and I'm not saying crazy. That. I mean, yeah. It's like
you guys don't run ads or anything.
Exactly.
Right?
We just don't do that.
Just organic.
It's just
that's amazing.
Organic. So like it's all through word of mouth. It's all through people reposting. It's all through people like coming to the store, me telling them, hey, listen, you don't follow the page? Check it out. We post all the time. Either it's a new product, sales going on, like bunch of shit like that. And so people end up doing it, But one thing I am like recently that I just discovered I didn't do from the beginning is like I should get people's emails, because I could just do one of those, like you said, one of those, not ads, but one of those things where I can send an email where like to like 100 some people, and then it could be like, listen, we're doing a fucking buy one get one this weekend or something. Yeah. But even your Black Friday, someone just recently told me about that like a few weeks ago. He's like, Eric, you don't have people's emails? You don't want to write people? I'm like, honestly, no, bro. He's like, Eric, I'm telling you should get into that. I'm not saying, because don't get me wrong, I get emails all the time, but I'm not saying there's going to be that, those people that like actually check their emails all the time. And if they see like Foundation RX Danbury's having a fucking crazy sale on their email, they're going to fucking come. And I was like, shit, you're right. So that's something I'm trying to get into more involved. That's having people who come in, give me their emails, write them down, and when I have like a crazy sale, say like we had a bad week, I would say fuck it today. Let's just do something crazy.
Something else to look into too, besides email marketing, text message marketing.
Yeah, that's
a lot of the email marketing, like service providers like Constant Contact, MailChimp, all them. You can actually do text message marketing through them as well. So if you have their numbers, it's just like email marketing, but instead you're just sending out a mass text.
See,
which is gonna be like probably the future.
Because you're right. Because going back to when I was a sales rep, I remember one of the stores that I went to did that, like send a text to like when he had like a in-store demo of like a supplement company coming in, he would send a text to like I forget how many people, but and they would just send a text to all of them, and it'd be like, we're having a demo from this time to this time, samples, blah blah, which is a good idea. See, that's what I'm saying. Like this is stuff that I haven't even been doing yet, where I can do, and I don't even know what the outcome's gonna be, but it's something I could definitely go forward doing and see what's gonna happen. So. But yeah, dude, there's so much I want to do, I can do for the business, for myself. But yeah, dude, like it's just crazy. Because I feel like time goes like this, bro. Like, it's already December, 2nd? Yeah. And 2020 has been a joke, but like we're here, Yeah.
We're still alive, right? Still alive. Can't complain.
So, but nah, it's been good. Like, let's just say, I'm just hoping, like I said, like the gym stay open, everything, indoor dining, everything stays open. And yeah, dude, I just want to get through this.
So what's something that you would want to tell, the kid who is just getting into high school and wants to be a bodybuilder, so that's the kid who's in high school and wants to own their own business all day. I'm not
saying like
one day.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not saying don't go to school. I'm not saying that. Like college. I'm not saying don't go. I'm not saying that because I'm not like everyone. Either their parents think this way or like whatever. But luckily, I had my support system with my parents and my family. Where like when I told them, listen, like I'm gonna open up my own store now, like, and they're like, what about school? I was like, well, I'm gonna take a pause on it. Maybe I'll get back to it. But then they're like, okay, like, and at the time I'm already 21, 22. No, I'm actually older. Because I just 2 years. So it's been like I'm like 23, 24 when I first decided to tell them like, listen. Because when I first decided I was going to open my business, it took me like another like 6 months to a year to find the location, get it going, building the shelves all over the wall. So the best advice I can give you is like, I'm not saying don't go to school, but if you have a plan at that age, just another, like when you're 18, like you don't have a plan yet, but like if you do and you see yourself, graduating your school within 4 years or 5 years and then having that career or the dream job you always wanted, then go for it. But like if you don't know what you're doing, I think it's always okay to like take a year off after high school, figure out what you want to do, or even if you're in college, the first couple of years you're like, listen, I need a year off, like I need to like figure out what the fuck I want to do for the rest of my life. Then you could do that. There's so much time in the world. There's people nowadays who are like, when I was still in school, don't rush it. There's like 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds that go back to school and finish in the long run. So there's always time for that. So I think if you do want to open your own business, like go for it. Like, but don't. I guess what I told the kid, strong way. I was like, listen, like you're not gonna see any money. Like you're not gonna make any money in the beginning. Just go for it. Don't give up. Keep promoting. Keep hustling. Like keep whatever you got to do to fucking make your business go. Do it. So like, and that's what I did. I feel like like I said, I've made bad decisions. Don't get me wrong. I made bad business moves. I've been to fucking 5-6 photographers. I've been just as like, cause like some of them like, try to like tell me what to do. And I hated that. So like like I said, I've been through a lot but like, you just gotta like keep going for it and just stay positive. That's one thing of me. Like I always did in the beginning. I was like, I stayed positive. I was like, I'm just gonna keep going and just kept going. And now my store is doing fucking fantastic, even through COVID, which is awesome. So, and then I'm happy for that. I'm very thankful for that. Honestly, 100% thankful. So yeah,
I think that was great advice for people.
Yeah,
I think
like,
that's something we don't tell people enough. Is
like,
just keep going. If you want to do it, you don't have to go to school. There's a path for everyone.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. Like I see a lot of kids like until there's a lot of people who like are in debt with like hundreds, thousands of dollars in debt, and like they're not even happy, or they're still in school in that much debt, and like they're still trying to figure out what they're doing. I'm like, dude, like just take a step back and just take a breather and just like figure out what you want to do. Because a lot nowadays, don't get me wrong, like I didn't know I wanted to do this. I just when I got into the whole supplement industry, like I just fell in love with it. I didn't know I was going to fall in love with it. It just happened. And then when the opportunity came to open my store, I was like, you know what? I want to do this. So then that's when I did it. And like I said, I didn't have a plan for this, but it came over time. And then, yeah, now I'm at where I'm at.
So do you
now.
think do what you're passionate about over a job you hate for money?
Like, in some extent, like, don't get me wrong, money, a lot of people, don't get me wrong, I would, if I could be, like, making this dumb amount of money, like, I don't know, because I don't know that feeling. If does money buy you happiness, make you happy? I don't know, because I'm not there. But, like, right now, where I'm at in my life, I am happy. I love my business. I love where I'm living now. You know, I love everything about, like, my life right now. There's nothing I would change at all. Nothing. So, which is good, because like I said, I don't think anyone should live in regrets. So fuck that, and that's that, bro.
All right. Yeah. So what's tell everyone where they can find you.
Okay. So like basically, I do a lot through social media. So my Instagram is @FoundationRx_Danbury. My store is located 540 Federal Road on Brookfield, Connecticut. And any questions, like just either feel free to hit us up through Instagram. Our store number is 203-740-9200. We're open every day, Monday through Thursday, 10 to 8, Friday, 10 to 7, Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 5. So we're like anytime, you can just come on by.
Where can they find your profile at?
Instagram. Profile.
Your personal
My
profile.
Personal profile is at Erik, ERIK_Alberto 32. And that's my personal. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Thank you for coming on.
Well, thank you for having me. Honestly, I'll definitely be back. I'll probably come back, maybe our next podcast when you have another mic, we could do me and my girl.
That'd be dope.
She's a competitor. Yeah. Maybe we could do something like that.
Or even you and Joel.
Anyone, another local entrepreneur. We could do something like that. But yeah, definitely thank you for having me.
100%. Yeah, of course. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. You can find us on YouTube at Planet Creative Podcast. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Planet Creative Podcast as well. Thanks for listening, guys, and we'll see you next time.